Hey guys, hey, I'm so excited about being here with you today. My name again, Brian Carruthers. Thanks for the kind words, kind introduction. And as you all know, as I probably am some of your favorite network marketing coach with my book, Building an Empire. I know a lot of you guys have been using that to grow your business and grow your residual income. And so before we get started today, I want you guys to know that everything that I teach, I did or do. I still am in the trenches. I am still relevant. I'm not teaching things that I did 10, 20 years ago. But I will talk about today how I recruited 10 people every month minimum, personally, 10 personal recruits a month for 10 straight years, and how you can do the same thing. When I wrote my first book, Making My First 10 Million, the story of money and leveraged income, this is like a little booklet I wrote before I started writing the bigger books. Obviously, I had made $10 million in network marketing before I wrote that book. And I can talk about that because this is not a recruiting pitch. I'm not trying to entice you into anything, right? So I can talk about income here. I've made tens of millions of dollars and I'm allowed to say that. But what's more important is I've helped many people make significant money in their network marketing businesses. So today, let's talk about what you will want to do to emulate or to duplicate what I did. And it's not so much the tactics. It's not so much, tell me, Brian, exactly what you said. Like, what is a script that you used to talk to people, to get them interested in signing up with you? Okay, that is not the most important information that you should be looking for. I know that's what you think you need. But what I believe for sure that you need, and I believe I'm right, okay? And if you disagree with me, then you're wrong. It's all best I can say. I just want to be real direct with you. If you're not getting the results in your network marketing business that you want to get, be willing to submit 100% to be coachable, to have mentorship, to receive the coaching and not get bent out of shape, not get sideways because you disagree. I believe you need the philosophical, the mindset coaching before you get the tactical information. So I'm going to share with you exactly what I did. Number one, if you're taking notes, I would write notes down during this time with us today. I made a decision. Success is a decision followed by daily choices. Success is a decision followed by daily choices, doing the daily disciplines, being consistent in your business, not on, off, on, off, on, off. Every few days, you're disappearing for a week and you come back. You're never going to grow a business without being consistent. But success is a decision followed by daily choices. So what are the decisions I made when I first got started in my business that allowed me to recruit now over 1,700 people? Well, let me tell you. And by the way, my team has grown to 400,000. Okay, so it does duplicate if you do it right. So I made a decision not to wait on anyone. One of my mentors years ago, he said, Brian, never leave your financial future in anybody else's hands. You know, if you recruit somebody, you can't put all your eggs in that basket. You can't, just expect that that person's going to be your superstar. So anytime I recruited somebody, I was immediately on to recruiting their replacement. Now, I worked with everybody that I brought aboard. I let them show their colors, show what they're made of, show what they want to do. And I was willing to do everything with them. But I didn't count on anybody to go out there and build my business for me. So I didn't wait on anybody. That was a decision I made. I also made a decision to lead by example, which, by the way, is crucial. You have to lead by example. There's an old saying, I'd rather watch a leader than to listen to one any day. Now, there's a lot of network marketers, a lot of leaders who actually are telling people to do things they're not doing themselves. And nobody is going to follow a hypocrite. They know what you're doing and what you're not doing, what you claim to be doing, but you're really not doing it. And frankly, the sad part is there's a lot of full-time network marketers that are not full-time. They just don't have jobs anymore. They're unemployed. If they were truly working their business 8 hours a day like they used to work a job, they'd be making 6 or 7 figures. But because they're not, they're making people think, oh, well, she or he work so hard at it, but they're not making that much money. This business must not be profitable. No, the person that you're actually looking to as your example is just a bad example. They're taking leisurely lunches and they're going running errands to the supermarket, to the dry cleaners, picking up their kids, dropping them off, watching TV, cooking dinners. I mean, they're doing they might be doing like what? an hour a day of income producing activity, but yet you think that they're full-time so that they're working it all day long. They're not. That 99% of them are not. So don't let examples fool you, but also you are an example for the team that you're building. So I decided I was going to lead by example. I was going to be a personal recruiter. I was going to be a top recruiter, because if I do it, then I can be relevant. I can get on a team call and say, hey guys, just want to let you guys know that Stephanie here, I just met her so as whatever way I did yesterday. We got a chance to get to know each other a little bit. I asked her if she kept her income options open to side projects if the money was exciting enough. She said yes. I had her jump on a Zoom. She liked what she saw. She signed up. Today, we're actually getting her business launched. And by the way, just want to ask you guys to give her a shout out and welcome her to the team. People are like, not only like, congratulations, Stephanie, but man, what Brian just did, I can do. So be relevant. I decided to lead by example, and this is so crucial. Okay, your business is not going to grow if you're not the lead grower. I also made a decision to be a guerrilla prospector. What does that mean? Guerrilla warfare, like coming at your enemy from all angles. Well, same thing with your prospecting. Warm market and cold market, online and offline. I mean, some people are like, well, I only do the business this way. Well, why? I mean, like, I want to talk to everybody I know and care about my product and my opportunity, because I believe in both. So I'm going to start with everybody I know and care about. Okay. But in addition to that, I want to scale my business out to the whole world. So yes, you need to go cold market as well, because you're going to run out of friends and family. So you need to go make strangers your friends. And once you've made some acquaintances, once you've actually got a little bit of a connection with somebody, whether it was on a Facebook group or whether it be on the side of a soccer field with your kids playing soccer and you're talking to a fellow parent, you know, all you do is you just start a conversation, make a new friend, and then now you've got more prospects to be sharing your goodness with. But guerrilla prospecting, I mean the 3-foot rule, I call it the 30-foot rule. If I saw somebody sharp 30 feet away from me, even though I'm an introvert, I still found a reason to go over and talk to the person, pay them a compliment. Okay, find a reason. Like I like your shoes. I like your car. It's a great tie. Hey, I saw you coming out of that store. I've never shopped in there. You know, it's good experience. Find some way to talk to them, and then strike up a conversation. If there's no connection, I'll try to exit it with, hey, I know it's a shot in the dark, but my company has me on the lookout for anybody sharp in the area because they're expanding here. Do you happen to keep your income options open to side projects if the money's exciting enough? So, you can find a way to do it, but guerrilla prospecting, I made that decision. I'm an introvert. I still needed to go do that effort. I don't enjoy reading, but I read because I like what I get from reading. I don't enjoy lifting weights at the gym, but I do so because I like what I get from doing it. I don't enjoy prospecting. I'll be real with you. Okay. I'm one of the biggest prospectors ever hit the industry. I mean, I probably prospected more than almost anybody, but guess what? I never enjoy it. Really, I don't. But I love the results. I love the financial freedom and the wealth it's created. I love the families that it's changed, the lives that it's changed. So I do it even though I don't enjoy it. So don't wait until you're ready. Don't wait to start prospecting when you feel like it or when you enjoy it, because you'll probably never feel like it and you'll probably never enjoy it. So just get through that part and just do it anyway, right? Just jump into the water. It gets warm within 2 seconds. Now, I also made a decision to always have a full pipeline, right? If I wanted to recruit 10 people this month, then the only way that happens is if I filled my pipeline with new prospects over the preceding 90 days, okay? And then if I do recruit 10 this month, next month, if I want to recruit 10 more, the prior 90 days from that, I needed to always be filling my pipeline with new blood, new prospects. So it's a constant flow of new prospects that needs to go into your pipeline so that you can continue to have good recruiting month after month after month after month. So I made a decision to always have a full pipeline. I also made a decision to always maintain and build my list. And I had 2 lists. I had a general list of prospects. Everybody I ever knew or met, they went on my list. Okay. I had it in a notebook, but I also had it in a digital format in a prospecting system as well. keep them all there. That way I can send out an email blast to them, or I can communicate with them, I can take notes, but I also did it on paper because I was old school as well. But I also had a second list, and that was my hot list. Now, if you have a digital platform, you can actually just have a little flag on the hot ones, or if you've got it in a notebook, you can actually just put a star next to their name. But my general list, let's say my list was, let's round it off. Let's say it's with 1,000 people on my list, okay? And if you're finding 2 new prospects a day, that's basically 700 of them a year. So if you've been in network marketing for years, you probably have thousands of contacts if you were at least part-time consistently building your business. But let's say you got 1,000 people on your list, okay? Well, my goal was anybody who I had reached out to, expressed interest, checked out some info, still sitting on the fence, but interested, I would put them on my hot list. So out of the 1,000, maybe I had 20 or 30, maybe 40 people that were on my hot list, depending on if I just went through them or not, if I just recruited a bunch out of there or not. But let's just say there's 30 people on the hot list. My goal was to always have people that were about to decide. And I'm trying to get a yes, but I'll take the no's because I just want a decision. Okay, we are in a sorting business. I just want decisions. I don't want indecision. Tell me yes or no. Don't tell me maybe. Tell me yes or no. Now, here's what I did. I made a decision to dangle the carrot in front of all the people on my hot list a few times every so often. In my Building an Empire book, in that book, I have a chapter called Dangle the Carrot. What I mean by what that means is I would block out, let's say, a part of an afternoon or an evening, and I would start calling down that list. Hey, Mike. Hey, it's Brian. Hey, look, you and I chatted about our company's work home project a few months back. You were interested, but you never pulled the trigger. And I understand life is busy, but you did say that you would love to have some residual cash flow coming in on the side. Well, hey, I'm calling you right now because I've got a deal that I'm going to offer to you that I know that you can't refuse. See, I've got a few people I'm going to be having a conversation with later on this afternoon or evening that are really sharp people that should be coming on board into the business. But if you hurry up and fill out your application before them and we get you set up in the system, I can put them under you on your team, and you can earn the upfront and residual income on all the people that they bring into this company forever, right? I mean, this is like a gift that will keep on giving. So this is an easy phone call for me to make to you, Mike. So I figured that there's no way you would want to say no to that. All right. So no risk involved. Hey, what's your, I got the website pulled up here. What's your mailing address? I'll get you all set up. Boom. I mean, I assume they say, of course he's signing up. Now, sometimes they still say no to that. So if I call boom, 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 boom through 30 people in a day, all I need to do is just get one to say yes. So Mike says yes. Then I call Sandy. Hey, Sandy. Hey, it's Brian. You and I talked a few weeks ago. Blah, 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 blah. Well, hey, I just want to let you know that I just signed up a really sharp guy. He's excited about the business. I think he's going to blow it up. But I wanted to call you and give you an offer that I know you can't refuse. If you hurry up and fill out your application right now, I'll go ahead and stick him under you so that you can potentially earn overrides and residuals on everything he's ever going to do in the business forever. I got the registration form on the computer pulled up here. What's your address? Let's get you going. And so I can dangle the carrot saying, hey, I've got appointments over the next day or so to be signing some people up. If you fill out your application now, you're in. So I get Mike on board, and then I shop the app. I shop the application I already have in hand to the rest of the people on the hot list. And I'll just stack them down. Now, your compensation plan may or may not allow for you placing recruits. You might have to give the recruits away, whatever you want to do. And this might not be a concept that works for you, but it worked for me really well. So I would just, pop, Sandy, then Mike, and now put people under. And then as long as I fulfilled my promises to the people that I said I would put somebody underneath, and then I just need to go get one more recruit where I did not make them a promise that I had somebody ready in hand to put under them. But I said, hey, my next person that's going to be signing up soon, I'll put them underneath of you. So I leave that one kind of an open hanging, commitment that when I bring a new person on board, they will go under them. And then I created a leg. I had my biggest day was 13 recruits in a day. 13 recruits in a day just by doing the dangling the carrot, shopping the app. So I made a commitment to really go after it and build momentum with urgency like that. I also made a decision to make IPA a habit. If you've read Building an Empire, IPA stands for income producing activity. If you're not talking to a prospect, yours or somebody else on your teams, then you're not making money. Your business isn't growing. So you always have to be doing IPA. 75% of your time is either you prospecting, following up on old prospects, or talking to your team's prospects. And then 25% is everything else: promoting conference calls, getting ready for convention, working on, calling through your downline and helping them set goals and rank advance and all the other stuff. But 75% of your time needs to be you and your team always talking to prospects. So I made it a habit. I made it so I was just wired, programmed that the number one thing that I needed to do every day was prospect, prospect, prospect. And then that became a part of the team culture. And that was the most important thing we could ever talk about. Now, I believe that network marketing is a personal development program with a compensation plan attached. So yes, our organization, we focus a lot on having a book of the month that we all read together, how to all grow our abilities and skills, personal development's everything. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I mean, when we can start studying books and we can actually grow and learn leadership, John C. Maxwell, that's all important. But all the personal development in the world, if you never come out of the classroom to go let that new brilliance shine in the field doing the activity, you'll still be one of the smartest, most developed broke people on the planet. So I made my IPA a habit. And I actually, sometimes I would do it where I had a jar of 20 marbles and then I had another empty jar. And every time I would actually talk to a prospect and get their interest, I would move the jar from the marble from one to the other jar. And once all 20 were in the other jar, I hit my mark. I did what I set out to do that day. Sometimes I was on a roll. I kept on going. Sometimes I wasn't feeling it, but I had eight more marbles. I had to make those calls. I had to get it done because I have accountability. So that was super important. I also made a decision to have a mindset that was all about discipline. See, look, in life, you're either going to be have self-discipline or the world will discipline you. But either way, you're going to get the discipline. And so for me, I didn't, again, I said this before, I didn't wait until I was excited about making a call, because that would rarely happen. I didn't do it only when I felt like doing it. Frankly, I did it when it was sunny, when it was rainy. I did it when it was cold and when it was hot. I did it when there was sports stuff going on and when it was a nothing day. I did it when I felt great and energized. I did it when I had a sore throat and feeling sick. I still just did it every day. Why? Because I was building an empire. You treat the business like $1 million business, it'll pay you like that. You treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you or cost you like that. So discipline is so important. You got to not only be disciplined with the activities and disciplined with how you show up to your business and to your team members, and make sure your music is always turned on and sounding great. But also you have to discipline the disappointments. If you allow disappointments to derail you, then you're not going to make it far. You'll have prospects that will ghost you. You'll have teammates that'll quit. You'll have the reasons why the company upset you. It's always going to be the case. But the question is, what's your IQ level? What's your I quit level? Okay. You can't let any little or even a big thing, you can't let it knock you out. You can't. So you got to discipline the disappointments and frankly, discipline the highs and the lows. I mean, you can't get all too high. Oh my God, I'm having the biggest boom in my business ever. And also now you're all Big Willie walking around like you're the cast meow and everybody should bow down to you. You'll get humbled really quick when you start getting a little bit too big on yourself, right? So you got to stay solid, stay even keel, and just keep on grinding and keep on building your empire with some humility, but also with some gratitude that will get you through the roller coaster ride. Now, I also made a decision that I was going to legit work my business full time. I talked about this earlier. If you're part-time, then do the business full-time, part-time, meaning if you only have an hour a day, that hour is you shut out the rest of the world. You shut out everything else in your life and you give full effort in the part-time windows of time that you have. But you got to, I mean, look, if you say you want to quit your job one day and have time with your kids and travel and have your net worth growing and all that, and network marketing, your business is the way you're going to do it, be realistic. The job that you're spending 8 hours a day on, if you're the Michael Jordan at that job, nobody does what you do better than you. And you do it hard For 20 years, are you ever going to retire 20 years from now from that job with your dream lifestyle, with hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in passive cash flow, enough money in the bank that you can live in retirement, doing anything that you ever want, lifestyle freedom, time freedom, financial freedom? Will you have it? Most people are like, yeah, no, I mean, I've asked that to tens of thousands of people. Rarely do people say, well, yeah, my job is going to offer me that. And the few that do, they're kind of delusional. At the end of the day, you got to make the decision. Like, yeah, will my network marketing business provide that? I don't know. Can it? Absolutely. It's already done that for many people. So if that's the case, then when you have no problem going and spending 8 hours a day at a job to make somebody else rich, build their empire, the company that you work for, why would you not carve out 1 hour a day, every day, including Saturdays and Sundays, to build your empire? You study anybody who's successful in anything, anybody who owns a successful company or a successful business, every one of them burn a midnight candle. Jim Rohn always said, you work hard all day at your job to earn a living, but you should be working spare time, nights or weekends, building your fortune. Nights, weekends, whenever, you just do it. So that's the mindset that I had. And that's what gave me the advantage, because most people don't think about those things I just talked about. They didn't make those commitments. They didn't make those decisions. And then they just say, oh, well, yeah, I'm not doing that well in my business. Well, you didn't do those things. Now you have a list. Come back and watch this video again. Have your team come watch this if they're wondering why their business is not growing. They can help them figure out what decisions that they need to make. Now, exposure is everything. You got to make new exposures all the time. Exposure is everything. You can't sign somebody up. You can't recruit somebody you haven't exposed to the information yet. So exposure is everything. Always remember that. Number two, fortune's in the follow-up. And this is crucial. You have to follow up immediately and consistently and persistently. Follow up with every prospect. If somebody sees a presentation tonight at 8 o'clock, when the presentation is done at 8:20, I'm on the phone with them. Strike while the iron's hot. I got urgency. I know that their interest is going to wane. It's going to dissipate every minute that ticks by, every hour that ticks by. I'm not going to talk to them the next day or, hey, let's chat next week. That's crazy. But people that don't have urgency, network marketers that don't understand the need for urgency, I don't want to be pushy. You're not being pushy. You're being lazy, and you're not building your business right if you let too much time go by after somebody sees a presentation. Okay, it's not about being pushy or not. It's about you wanting to be effective. If you believe your opportunity can change their financial life, then you'll call them back immediately when the presentation is done and ask them what they like best. Tell them how your experience has been and how much you like it as well. Found them, and then get them on the phone with somebody else you've edified, an upline expert, and let them, hear a story that will validate what they just heard and saw, and get them signed up. Okay, if think about what you want. Do you want the person in your business? Then tell them, hey, I want you in this business. And obviously you saw a reason why it's going to be a great thing for you. Okay. Be confident. It's all about posture, but fortune's in the follow-up. You got to be consistent, persistent. And look, some people I've recruited, it took me years following up with my email campaign and which I put in my Empire Builders Pro app, that all of you guys can use a campaign like that. Just making phone calls. I mean, you can't just let technology do all the work. You can't just stick them in a Facebook group or put them in an email campaign and that's it. You got to make the phone calls, reach out to them. If you have to text them first to get their attention and then get them on the phone, whatever you got to do. It's whatever, by any means necessary, reach these people. The only way somebody comes off my prospect list is if they pass away, which I would hate to see happen, or they sign up. Otherwise, I'll follow up with them until. Then work with the willing. Always remember, work where with the willing, work where it deserved, not where needed. If you work with a bunch of whiny, complaining, non-productive people, they're going to drain you. The business will not be fun if you're working with unproductive people. So plug those people, plug those 80%ers into the system. Let them get on the team call. Let them go to the company events. Let them get trained. Let them answer their calls when they need to get some help on a three-way call, whatever the case is. But work with the willing. It's easier. It's more fun. It's better to run with 100 people than to drag one dead person. So don't try to drag anybody. They're either in it or they're not. Either they want it or they don't. So work with the willing, best advice I can possibly give you. Now, the last thing I want to share with you, and I saved something really important for the end. Unfortunately, some people in this microwave society that we live in today, a lot of people, their attention span is like a gnat. Like after 20 seconds of a video, they're done. Well, thing that I want you all to remember with me is that I don't do anything in 15, 20 seconds. Okay. When I want to train or coach, do a video, I mean, lean in, get the whole concept. Once you got it, you got it. So, if somebody spends 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes with me, or even a half an hour or an hour, you'll learn it. Okay. You'll get it. Now you got it forever. That's called investing your time really wisely. So what I'm going to share with you right now is a reward for anybody who's stuck around on this video long enough to get here. And I'm going to share with you the 2 ways that I approach prospects naturally. So it doesn't feel bad. It's easy to do, and it flat out works. There's a fast way and a slower way. The fast way is if I wanted to get to the point, if I was just calling prospects, calling leads on the phone, I would ask them point blank, hey, do you keep your income options open? I asked that question for years. It helped me recruit hundreds of people just by opening line, hey, do you keep your income options open? But nowadays, I've even made it better. It's, hey, do you keep your income options open to side projects if the money's exciting enough? Why did I modify it? Because I wanted everybody to feel like they should say yes. If I asked somebody who's already got a successful job and they already have a busy life, do you keep your income options open? They might say, no, I'm good. But if I say, hey, do you keep your income options open to side projects? Now they're not thinking I'm asking them to quit their job to do something else. They're thinking, now they're thinking side project. Okay, I don't have to quit my job. Okay, go on. So do you keep your income options open to side projects if the money is exciting enough? So if I'm talking to somebody and I didn't realize that the person's a multimillionaire, and I say, hey, do you keep your income options open to side projects? The person might be like, nope, I already own a bunch of companies. I already make a ton of money. I'm not interested. But when you say, if the money's exciting enough, every multimillionaire, every successful person has a number. Like, well, okay, if there's millions of dollars on the table, I'll look at it. So when you say, hey, would you keep your income options open to side projects if the money's exciting enough? Somebody might be excited about an extra $500 a week. Somebody might need to make 100 grand a month to get them out of bed and be excited. But guess what? Any of those results can be accomplished in your business. So that right there, if you just get good at just asking the opening line, that opening question, you can pique people's interest. When they say, sure, what do you got? That's when you promote whatever you're promoting. Hey, if I send you a video, will you watch it? Hey, if I get you an invite onto a Zoom for a company overview tonight, would you jump on? And just invite them to check out the information. And then go through the rest of the recruiting process. Afterward, ask them what they like best, edify somebody else, do a 3-way call, sign them up. Now, the slower way, which a lot of people these days really like doing this, and I enjoy doing this as well, to really connect with somebody and to kind of capture their heart at the beginning is very effective. And this is where you craft your own story. Instead of just, hey, do you keep your income options open? You share your story with people and you craft it in a way where you're after them saying 2 words, me too. You want them to say me too. So if I'm calling up Cindy and she's a prospect of mine and I say, hey, Cindy, or maybe whether I call her, whether I do it by, in person, whatever. Hey, Cindy, you got a minute or two so I can share my story with you? And she'll be like, well, what are you talking about? What do you mean? You sure? What's your story? And I'd say, well, I don't know if you know this or not, but with my real estate career, I'm working insane hours, like 8 to faint. A lot of times it's 7 days a week. And it's painful when I've got to put my fork down when I'm eating dinner with the family to take a call to put out a fire so I don't lose a deal, because we can't afford to lose any deals. And I'm sitting there sometimes like laying in bed, going to sleep at night and not able to fall asleep because I'm staring at the ceiling, like starting to tear up, thinking about how much I'm working and how I'm missing my kids growing up. And I'll never get that time back. And the grind is killing me. I'm working way too much. It's just not. But Cindy, have you ever felt that way? She's like, yeah, I know that feeling. I'm like, well, I know more. I made a decision that there's got to be something I can do about it. There's got to be a better way. And I did some searching around. I found a mentor who coaches people on how to be an entrepreneur and create a side business that would generate passive cash flow, so that I could actually start buying back some control of my time and have more time with my kids. And let me tell you, I have found the most incredible project. I've never been this excited before about my future. I'm now on a path that's going to get me that time freedom back. Would you want to see what I found? She'll be like, well, how can she say no to that? Because you just opened up, you're vulnerable, write down the word vulnerable, and write down authentic. So I wasn't coming across like a salesperson. I wasn't trying to like act like I'm trying to recruit her into some business. I'm like, hey, here's where my life was. And I was sad. It was emotional. You ever feel like that too? And she says, yes. Now she might say, nope, I never feel like that. I spend all the time I want with my kids. I got tons of money and my life is great. Okay, then maybe she's not a prospect, but 9 out of 10 people were like, yeah, I feel you. I know what you mean. Me too. So now she admits that she had the same issue or problem that you wanted to solve. She has the same one. So now when you say, hey, I found a solution and I'm so pumped about it, would you want to see what I found? She's going to say yes. So that's the opposite. That's not like, hey, keep your income options open, yes or no. Boom, 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 boom. You can crank through prospects like that. Or if you slow down and you share your vulnerable story in such a way that he or she says, me too. And then you say, hey, would you want to see the solution I found? And then you invite them to watch a video, join a Zoom, sit down over coffee, whatever you're going to do. That, you guys, that is the formula. If you just do that every day, at least 2 new exposures, doing either of those every day. Make that a habit. Okay. Make the decisions we talked about earlier. Don't wait on anybody. Lead by example. Prospect everybody. Always have a full pipeline. Make sure that you're pulling your list together with your regular list and your hot list, and you can dangle the carrot. Make sure that your IPA, your income producing activity, like we're talking about here, is habitual, it's consistent. You're always doing it. You got the mindset of discipline, and that you actually give it all you got with the time that you've got to devote to this. If you're part-time, rock and roll part-time. If you're full-time, truly work your business full-time. Make those exposures, do the proper follow-ups immediately, and follow up until they sign up. And you too can recruit 10 people every month for as long as you want. Hope this content today is going to help you. Obviously, it might not have helped you yet with results, but hopefully it helped your mindset and create the roadmap in your mind of exactly what it looks like to be a top recruiter in your company. I want nothing more than to hear from you one day. Maybe we've never met. Maybe you're watching this inside my Empire Builders Vault, or maybe you're watching this on YouTube, wherever you're watching this right now. Maybe you reach out to me and say, hey, okay, like 6 months from now, hey, I watched your video. I took it to heart. I put it into action. I've been prospecting every day, and I just got recognized as the #1 recruiter in our organization. So, hey, Brian, thanks, man. That helped a lot. So I hope that you guys grab this value and you use it, and let your team know. Okay, I'll put this content out. Just have your team come watch us. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to try to bring any kind of information I can to help you and grow in your business. And if you want to get on the inside with me, get in empirebuildersvault.com, and you can actually see access to all my trainings, the Empire Builders Pro app, and everything that I do. I do live quarterly trainings, half-day boot camps that you can pop into and learn like deep level on everything. Hey, Brian Carruthers here, your favorite network marketing coach and author of Building an Empire. Hopefully you enjoyed the free content I gave you today to help you further grow your network marketing income. If you liked what you saw, definitely head over to empirebuildersvault.com. I've got training programs that I've actually created over the last several years. 1, Top Recruiter Secrets, to teach you everything about how to be a top recruiter in your company. Secondly, locker room training, 5 intensive hours where we get in the locker room, we take the gloves off, and I can actually get, quite frankly, in your face about how to get raw and real, to uncover any roadblocks you might be having to help you succeed in your business. Network Marketing Leadership Academy, 6 hours of how to become a more effective leader and build a massive team. Time Masters for time management. Facebook for network marketers. I've got so much content I want you to get access to, and my Empire Builders Pro app. How would you like to be able to put your prospects into an email recruiting campaign that I have created that is generic, that will sell your prospects on why they need to become an entrepreneur in network marketing with your company? Go to empirebuildersvault.com and you can see how you can subscribe and start using that content and use those tools today.